Hi, my name's City. Nice to meet you. I tend to magnetize people who are at certain levels of their development. A lot of the times when I'm dating, I tend to magnetize people who had just taken shrooms for the first time, believe it or not. So I used to think that I was like the Matrix gatekeeper, just like the keeper of all secrets, the keeper of the truth. Who's to say I'm not, though? Maybe you are, and maybe that's the kind of people I'm watching who are watching me. Or maybe we're all just people on the spiritual path who are learning little tips and tricks to navigate this 3D reality, this little existence. So, one of the best little tricks that I've learned recently while navigating this is you can always ask to be shown. When we're getting into the topic of beliefs and how our beliefs dictate our lives, what we can and what we can't do, it begins to make us think about how we're really acting, what we're really wishing on or for. I used to believe that no one would ever love me. And I walked into this world with that as part of my frame of being, even though I wanted people to love me and I wanted to get in relationships. Maybe that's why I attracted people who were in such disorganic states of mind, because I myself had disorganized beings. I was thinking one way about myself and seeking another. Therein creating a hell of my own creation, creating a hell of my own making. The truth of this world is that it can either be heaven or hell, or somewhere in between, a neutral space. Really, where you want to be is just like chillin' mad. Why do you think so many people on their trips of consciousness, they stop at the place where they feel like that they can just do whatever they want, instead of rising even more beyond that to the truth of it all, or close enough? We actually can't really grasp objective truth unless in peak specific states, but even then I'm not sure how specific we could get. What you believe just dictates where you can go or what you'll see. Your thoughts don't dictate reality as well, and your thoughts create reality. And not in the sense that you might think. You see, and I don't want to put anyone down for teaching the way that they teach, but I want you to explore how your thoughts create reality as opposed to using that as a tool to manipulate it. You see, we're going to be involved in situations in our life that will cause us pain, as well as pleasure, joy, sorrow, comfort, annoyance, mystery, curiosity, surprises, which are my favorite. Life will throw you everything it can because you must ask that of it. Life is the great teacher, so how can we learn without actually trying it out? The thing about life is that it's learned through experience only. So to you audio learners or visual learners, you're gonna have to get out in the ring. But that's not to say that you'll ever lose. We're not living in a competitive world. You may think that's true because you believe only in the physical, and that's okay. But I want to invite you to an idea that when you ask a question, it will always be answered within reason. You could even answer the question about the meaning of life, and you'd get an answer. Suffice to say that it fulfills your desire of what you're seeking. A lot of humans seek to think that the world is just one idea, one concept, and there's one secret that'll save them from their demise. That there's one lesson in life. There's one thing I learned in life, and that's not to trust anybody. There's one thing I learned in this life, and it's that there's just no good, no doers. Always, you can only rely on yourself. Meanwhile, there's all totally separate realities from that. One thing I learned in this life is that I can always trust a stranger. One thing I learned in my life is that I can't only rely on myself, I need my friends too. Or there are people who think that they only need God, or vice versa, that they don't need it. When the fact is, we're inherently spiritual beings whose sole purpose is to do so, seek, to understand, accept, to lose, to gain. Let me invite you into the world of abundance with this first video, the one of many. Just a taste of the benevolent universe that you so desire, that's yours for the taking. Ask and you shall be shown. And I hope that this rests upon you easily with well-earned grace and usefulness. Just ask and you will be given the answer. It doesn't matter who. You could ask a stranger on the street, they might have your answer. You could just ask it out loud and it'll be shown to you through some sort of thing. Sometimes when I say something out loud, like, that's just this, or I feel like this is really what's happening, and I'll get a phone ring and I go, confirmation. But really, it could be that from the universe, especially when you're doing a divination or a reading. It's the sounds, the punctuation, the universe, how it is in a song. Because, we're made of vibrating sound and light. In the physical plane, we're made of earth, carbon. We're just so multidimensional, multi-layered, complicated, and beautiful. And people wonder why they don't talk about that in school, how this affects water and this affects light. But when they don't tell you that how it affects your body, what you listen to, the frequencies. But here's the thing about it. It's also about how you view it. Oh, low vibrational music always hurts me, so you don't listen to that kind of low vibrational music. But then there are people I've met who are extremely high frequency and they love rap music. Speaking of, that's me. Who's to say to identify as a high frequency? It's really just shown in your life. High frequency is redundant because there is a never-ending amount of frequency. It's like infinity. You could go infinitely lower into the abyss or infinitely high to the high aethers of God. So it's abundantly clear that what you make of life is what you make of it by choice with the free will that you have. So now that we know that our thoughts create reality and our beliefs dictate our lives, what do we do with that? Start here with the basics, with the truth. Not so much truth, because I won't fight for truth. I won't, because I don't want to fight you. I do sometimes get into little spats with people because I wish that I could explain it to them in such a way to where they could understand where I'm coming from, but people will die on the hills that they've made, when instead that they could crawl up the mountain. It would just take longer. Just look around your life, what it looks like and what's happening to you, and just take full responsibility for that, and then change the beliefs that are causing it. Like, you're not making enough money to sustain yourself. I see that I'm not making enough money for myself. Because I know I make money to fulfill my needs and desires and my wants, I'm so grateful that I decided to change my life. I see that the guys I date are always like not my type, and I feel like I'm like always settling. I see that I think that I'm always settling because I know that my perfect partner is on the way. I don't settle for what I don't deserve. It's like that in your thoughts. So the way you think about other people and yourself is created all by you. Everything is neutral. Even the people doing the annoying things to hurt you is neutral. Because they're just doing what they think is best and what they feel is correct in that situation. Believe it or not, I talk about it, but like I experience this all the time too, and that's something that I work on so much because I'm a very messy eater. And so that's my big thing, is I eat really messily and I feel bad about it. I'm like, I wish I wasn't a messy eater. But it's like, I mean, yeah, you could just eat a little nicer when you're around other people and then just like eat messy by myself. Because I'm a little critter, like I love to eat messy. Like I love eating messy food and like wiping it off my face. And it's like the best. So Think about stuff like that in your life. What you see is what you believe is you're capable of right now. And don't ever put anything that you want outside of your own just worthiness, and you're worthy of everything. Oh.
What's up?
Hi.
What's up?
I'm just filming.
Well, right here on top of a roof. Do you live here?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do.
Okay. I was just curious. It's a little different. Come on, Chester.
Perfect example of that. Ask and you shall be shown. Only people can make up things that they think are weird, and she showed it exactly. She goes, I wish we lived in a free world, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what are you talking about? I can't sit on a roof. You make up all the rules. Free yourself. Ask to be shown how to do it. Or comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe, and look in my bio. I have a guide on portals. What this video is and what I'm trying to do is I'm sending you through portals of freedom and self-discovery. Find yourself, or come work with me and I'll show you how. Thank you.